fair job. But with the Botswana faithful singing his praises numbering in the thousands, Grobler was streaking to a very popular win in the Nissan SP Navara. 4 wins spanning 2 decades and a fast time of 14 hours and 45 minutes to boot. A fine performance from the man who has now won 2 races in 2006 already, and there have only been 3. With a lot of time to spare right in his back pocket, Grobler brought it home safely for his 4th win in the Toyota 1000 Desert Race. With the clerk of the course and the checkered flag waiting, it was a happy Grobler and Jordan who went across the line for a big win. What was even more impressive was the winning margin, almost a quarter of an hour, and that after being in 16th place after the prologue. It was a wish come true for his navigator Francois Jordan, who had never tasted victory here in Botswana.
Yes, I'll tell you what, it was unbelievable. He's never won the desert race, and before the race he said to me he wanted to win it, and I said to him, well, we're going to try. And it looks at all happens for the good.
Any problems on the last bit coming home?
Nothing, absolutely nothing. The car was unbelievable, just ran, didn't miss a beat. The only thing was that we had a lot of cattle and goats and things on the road, you know, and yeah, we took it reasonably easy, and halfway stop we looked at the times and we saw that we were quite far ahead, and we took it reasonably easy to the end.
Someone who didn't take it easy at all was Nick Harper. As his son and co-driver Ryan told us, he threw everything at it, including the kitchen sink, but he fell short of making any impression on a flying Grobler at the front. Still, the father and son clinched the special vehicle category win convincingly, with more than 2 minutes to spare over a charging Alfie Cox, and it was a dream come true for the old man.
I wanted to win the desert. I've never won it before. 2/3 and been racing for many years, and I won the Roof of Africa, so it's the 2 big ones now that count. You know, the rest of them don't count, but the 2 big endurance races like the Roof of Africa and the desert race, those are the ones to win. So I've got the notches in the belt, you know.
And he could wear it with pride, but they just made it, what with a rather limp-looking front left tyre. That gave up the ghost 20 k's from home. Cox had to settle for 2nd in the special vehicle class and 3rd overall, but the reigning SA champion who upset his former teammate Grobler last year was very aware of the history of this epic race, but in 06 the record books were rewritten again. Cox at the end knew to count his blessings for his 2nd place and 3rd overall.
Yeah, look, it's been I mean, we know the desert race is 1,000 k's and everything sort of unfolds on the last day. But the specials, we've been fighting from day one. I mean, Nick Harper and, I mean, shame Gary had a problem this morning, and we've just been seconds between us for 1,000 kilometers. And, you know, Nick kept the lead today. I got past him before the refuel, and then we checked we had overheating problems, so we lost a bit of time going out of the refuel. So he got in front of us, and he held the lead all the way home. And I mean, I've really tried. I've pushed it the hard as I could, well, within limits, without having to crash the car, obviously. And but I tell you now, it's been the closest desert race I've ever seen in my life. Normally somebody breaks down and you win by 20 minutes or something like it. This has been tooth and nail the whole way, and I mean, Nick got a punch at 20 k's from home, and he kept me in the dust all the way to the finish. So it's been a fantastic desert race, and look, I'm happy. 2nd, not 1st, but I've got good points, and new car arrives for the next race in Polokwane, and I'm going to be very happy about that.
Fighting talk from Alfie Cox, who moved up the points log significantly after his 2nd spot. Fourth went to an ecstatic Nardis Alberts and his co-driver Colin Hunter, who were 9 minutes behind the Harpers. And spare a thought for Schulthammer and Woolridge, who had mechanical dramas like there was no tomorrow. They still took third in class and 25th overall. For Duncan Voss, his Navara's bonnet took the easy way out. For Grobler, there were handshakes all round, and ditto for Chris Visser and the Tyco Trucking Toyota, the highest placed sponsor's car.
Today went very well, yes, unbelievably. This morning we started third in class and about 150 k's out in the route we catch the guy in front of us, and about 10 k's further we catch Mark Corbett. So then we were in front and up to now. But Tihu gave me a hell of a chase today, yes, unbelievably. I want to thank him. Thanks
No
very
problems
much.
with the car?
No, just last 70 k's it started overheating. I don't know, I'm not been sure what's going on, but luckily it made, yeah, yes. Just want to thank Toyota for everything, organisers. Yes, it was a great event. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Jaap de Bruin now thinks he can do some crystal ball gazing.
Ek het jou mos vanoggend gesê die laaste been gaan 'n harde been wees en dit was toe nou so gewees. Maar alles het voorspoedig gegaan, ons het nie eens 'n papwiel gehad nie. En die manne wat voorgewen het, het absoluut verdien om te wen. Maar dit was vinnig en dit maak natuurlik die ding baie rof. Omdat jy dit so vinnig ry. Maar ons is baie bly jy is hier.
For the 1990 winner Richard Schilling, the memories came flooding back.
Oh, it's great to be back. It's a tough day. We've had a strange problem with the power steering. It doesn't work at low speed, which is when you need it most. But I mustn't whinge. I managed to get here and to win our class, and I must say it's still a tough event. But it's great to be here. We had a good day. Had some fun towards the end. You know, it's good for us guys to get those energies and those boosters and get another 20 k's of energy going. So no, we've had a good time, and Chris enjoyed it too. Thanks to the organisers.
And there were the inevitable heartbreak stories to be broadcast too.
Yeah, we were very happy. You know, we kind of like threw the race away yesterday. We had a power steering problem, and that was the end for us really. We just thought today we'd really push hard and give the car a good test, which is what we did. I think we had a very good day today. Started 43rd, I think it was, sort of way down in the dust, and the dust was atrocious. So we pushed the car hard all day, and it really came out trumps.
And even though they'd wrong slotted a few times, the Ford boys managed to haul themselves back into 25th place. For their teammate Manfred Schroeder and Ward Huxtable, things were hanging out where they should not have been hanging at all.
Yeah, we had a perfect run until about 60 k's out, and then we broke a leaf spring. And then the next ditch we went through, the prop shaft pulled out, so we only had front wheel drive with the prop shaft dragging on the ground. And unfortunately the other Hilux came past us, but I think he still managed second in class. So after that at least he made the finish. It's nice to finish a desert race again.
And that probably underlines the toughness of the event. Just to reach the line in one piece is an achievement. It's one tough test.
Het was vinnig geweest, het was rof geweest, het was stof geweest, dit was papwiele geweest, maar dit was baie lekker geweest. Het was een heel eventvolle dag geweest. Ons in Giel het vir die laaste 20 kilo's het ons nou 'n moeëse daai gehad. En ons het reg agter mekaar klaar gemaak en dit was net die toppunt van die dag geweest. So dit was baie lekker.
There were several other big dices throughout the field, and the Cries, Jan and Hendrik and the Keymax Property Development Bat had a big one going with Gil Nel and Johan Smallberger in the Bozel Truggy Zarko. They gave it hell for leather all the way to the line, but it was Nel who got the Class B win.
It was great, you know, this is what it's all about for me. I mean, to finish a race. This was one of the toughest desert races we've had. I think it's because of the rain, the thick bush. But this was a really tough one, and the last 200 kilos we sat almost without power steering, so we were racing on the cut brake. But this is what it's all about for us, to go and finish and enjoy the race, you know. So moving back from Class A we were breaking everything, so we couldn't finish races, and that took all the pleasure out of it.
The production car results show a big win for Grobler and Jordan, but the quick pace throughout did not leave many big gaps out there, and the top 10 was rounded out by the Moffats, who finished 18th overall. And a healthy 20-point lead for Grobler and Jordan in the Nissan Navara over the Ford pair, who were tied at the top after the first 2 rounds. Schroeder and Huxtable in the Class E Ford are third. In the special vehicle class, the Harpers had a fine victory over Cox and Tersteege, with the Lone Ranger Brandon Harkes taking a well-deserved 4th spot. And after 3 rounds, Marsh and Whitehouse, who finished 8th overall and 5th in class, still lead, but their points advantage has been cut substantially. Harkes, Cox and the Harpers have all closed the gap. Until our 4th round coverage from the Ford Motorrike 400 from the Limpopo province in early August, we say, you keep it on the road, we'll keep it off-road.